Bhadram karnevi shrunuyama devaham Bhadram pashe makshabhirjajatraham Sthirairangaye stashubhagum sastanuhi Vashima devahitai yadayu Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May we hear with our ears what is auspicious. May we see with our eyes what is good. May we strong limbs and body sing your praise and enjoy the life allotted to us by you. Om, peace, peace, peace be unto all. This morning our subject is stories of some Vedanta monks, part 11. Today I shall tell you some stories of the monks of Varanasi, Benares, a very important holy city in India. Varanasi is very famous for the seat of learning. There is a saying, as long as there is Varanasi, nobody can shake Hinduism. The presiding deity of Benares is Lord Vishwanath, the Lord of the universe. And the presiding mother is Annapurna, the goddess of learning, goddess of food and prosperity. If you go there, you can feel the tangible spiritual atmosphere of that place. Varanasi. There are two rivers, Boruna and Oshi. These two rivers meet the Ganges. So between that Varuna and Oshi, the space they have, they call it Varanasi. There are many monks, spiritual seekers, practice spiritual disciplines there and make that place spiritually vibrant. The Maharaja, the king, offered money to the monks to get education, scripture of Vedanta. The Ramakrishna Order has two centers in Benares. One is the hospital, home of service, big hospital. And at the adjacent, there is a monastery, temple. Some retired monks live there. One side, worship the Lord. Another side, worship the living God, that is the patient, sick people. That is practical Vedanta. Worship human beings as God. Ramakrishna Order has 3 retirement homes, one in Benares, one in Belur Math, and one in Bangalore, in Alsore. Those who are old, retired, sick, gave their life to the order, they stay there. Moreover, they have a belief that if you die in Benares, you will get liberation. I remember it was in 1970. I was in Varanasi And I told this monk, one learned monk, I knew him, I told him, Swami, my Vedantic knowledge tells me Jnanat Moksha, liberation comes from knowledge of Brahman. Knowledge of Brahman depends upon cessation of desires. As long as we have desire, we cannot have the knowledge of Brahman. Human beings have so many desires. How is it possible that if you die in Varanasi, you will get liberation? That was my argument. That is my question. Then that Swami scolded me right and left. We are old people waiting here to die, and you are a young man, you have come here to confuse us. He scolded me. You wanted to disturb our faith. Then I said, Swami, I just wanted to know the truth. I have no intention to confuse you. Then he said, you are right, I am also right. Uncle, both cannot be right. One should be wrong. Then he said, in the final moment, Lord Shiva gives the knowledge. Don't you remember that Sri Ramakrishna's vision? That a dead body on the funeral pyre, and the Divine Mother unloosed the knot of bondage. And Lord Shiva gave the Tarak Brahma name, and that soul will be liberated. Sri Ramakrishna said, Holy Mother said, those who will die in Varanasi, they will be liberated. Then one of our Swamis made a remark, if I had that faith, I would go there and commit suicide. I used to watch all those monks. One monk, I used to go there in the temple at 3:30, 4 o'clock in the morning. This time, last September also I went. The monks will take bath in the Ganges, go to the Shiva temple, worship the Lord. You can feel the devotion of those people. Love. How to love God. Varanasi is another name of Varanasi is called Kashi. Kashi means, Kash means light, which is the city of light. When Buddha attained illumination, he first came to Varanasi to teach his message. He first came to Sarnath, which is 4 or 5 miles away from Varanasi. Anyhow, it is a great place. I first visited Varanasi in 1959 and just stayed with some old monks in Advaita Ashrama, and some monks lived in ward number 10. A huge complex. Several old monks used to live there. I remember the moment I entered the monastery, a disciple of Mother was my guide. Hello, young man. If you go any place, you must know first 2 things. Where is the bathroom and where is the drinking water? Do you understand? I just came fresh, from college and came to the monastery. These 2 things are very, very important. Very practical. He showed me around. He took me to Shiva temple. In Varanasi Shiva temple, do you know what does it mean? You just stand, you will not have to make any effort. The crowd will push you and pushed out. That is our temple's function in India. No effort, just stand there. So I was pushed out. Then this old monk took me in the corner of the temple, outside, There's some marble benches are there. So he told me, sit here. Whatever you saw inside momentarily, that you meditate now. Whenever you go to the temple, never go away. You must sit at least 10 to 15 minutes. That is the rule. And think whatever you have seen. How do you feel? At that time, commune with God. That old monk, with high blood pressure, mother's disciple taught me how to visit a deity, a temple, a shrine. You people go there, some tourists, and they just go and buy some. No. You will have to learn how to visit a shrine, temple. These monks, I met them in 1959, 70, 60s also. They are disciples of Holy Mother, Swami Vivekananda, Brahmananda, Shivananda, Sharadananda. And I used to watch in the afternoon, they used to come and sit in the big living room in Advaita Ashrama, Varanasi. And they used to tell their reminiscences about these great monks and Holy Mother. And I knew a Swami, his name was Swami Dhireshananda. He was very fond of me. He had a knack like a historian. He used to listen to them and then he would come to his room and write in his diary. And all his diaries now in my room. Huge amount of diaries. I have nearly 14 or 15 of his diaries are in my room. Then there was another person, his name was Gurudas Gupta. He was a disciple of Sharadananda, bachelor. He was a principal of a college, retired, never. Then he came to Varanasi and led a retired life. Studied scriptures and meditation and practiced meditation. His diary is also this amount. That also I got from another monk. You see, I was very fond of all those things, so they knew me. So they gave all their things to me. One Swami said, if I die, they will throw them into the Ganges, you take them to America. From those diaries, when I was working, they lived with God, God lived with them. I got a lot of materials from those diaries. Sometimes you may question about the oral tradition. Are they right? Are they correct? If you read the world's scriptures, you will find most of them came from oral tradition. Bible. Mark's Bible came from Peter. Mark heard from Peter and wrote. Luke's Bible came from St. Paul. Only John's Bible and Matthew's Bible are direct. Buddha's. Buddha gave 184 teachings. All came through oral tradition. Now, you will have to understand what oral tradition means. You will have to, these people are not trying to lie us or to make themselves famous. Whatever they have seen, whatever they have heard, that they have told us. It is all eyewitnesses' account. Very important, eyewitness account. Those things, the last 3 years, I put them together and made 2 volumes of books. Prachin Sadhuder Katha, Stories of the Old Monks. It is in Bengali, 825 pages. It will come eventually. I am giving you some preview that these lectures are taken from the basis of that lecture. This is the manuscript that I shall going to tell you. So that I shall give you some test before the book comes into form. Anyhow, it would be a very, very interesting things, you will learn. You see, you come here and we talk about Vedanta, high philosophy. Brahman, Maya, this world is not real. You are Brahman. High philosophy. But these people experimented those higher truths in their lives. We need some examples, model, that those who have translated the teachings of Vedanta in their lives, how they live, how they work, how they function in this world. That is the reason this series I started. It may not, those who have a little spiritual background, they will really be inspired. Those who are new, it will take a little time. First, Swami Chetanananda. He was a disciple of Swami Vivekananda. I never met him. He died in 1947. He was the vice president of our order. There was a Swami named Vamudevananda. He started to write the lives of the disciples of Sri Ramakrishna. And he was trying to collect some materials from these monks who knew some Swamis, especially Swami Niranjanananda, who died in 1904, and Swami Advaitananda, who died in 1906. So he was not getting much material about them, so they asked Swami Achalananda that you served them, could you send some information about those 2 Swamis? So he wrote. And those 2 pieces of paper I found in the archives of Advaita Ashrama, Calcutta, where I joined in 1958. So those things, then I copied it from in my diary. It is still with me. And I translated them in my book. Anyhow, about Swami Niranjanananda, he said, he believed that Sri Ramakrishna is God and the Supreme Brahman. Sri Ramakrishna was very happy if somebody would renounce and take the life of purity and renunciation. He was a very powerful man, and he had a great belief of Swami Vivekananda's Seva Dharma, serve human beings as God. Do not be selfish, only me, my wife, my children, my family, my money. Then you will be a very ordinary person. Those people will be remembered, will be adored, those who have sacrificed most. those who have contributed maximum to the good of humanity. That he used to emphasize to the young people. To get married and 5 children, easy job. That does not need extra brain. Do something for others. So one rich man says that I shall buy some land and help the hospital. But later on he would do himself and says, I shall contribute 500 rupees per month. Swami says, I don't need your money. He has tremendous passion for truth. The moment you deviate from the truth, he did not like it. Sri Ramakrishna did not like it. Truth is God, God is truth. You must always keep your words. That will enhance the integrity of your character. He rejected that person's donation. No, we don't care for your money. He always encouraged the young people to do something, build your life, build your character, help others. He reminded them that this spiritual life is Kshurasya dhara nishita durattaya durgam patastat kavayu vadanti. This path is the sharp like the edge of a razor. Any moment you may cut your foot, but be careful, this journey. He was a very austere person, and physically, mentally, he was very strong. Then Swami Achalananda wrote about Swami Advaitananda. But I watched these direct disciples. They followed their guru's advice in toto. Sri Ramakrishna did not like untidy, uncleanly, unmethodical person's behavior. If you take a thing from a place, you must put that same thing on the same place. And your bed, everything should be neat, clean, orderly. And he always did that. He had tremendous steadfast devotion about cleanliness. He always, being old age, he still practiced exercise every day. This Swami is only senior to Sri Ramakrishna by age. He was born in 1828, Ramakrishna born in 1836. Belur Math at that time was very poor condition in the beginning. They did not have money to buy even some groceries. So he started to grow vegetables in the garden. So the monastery could be self-sufficient. Anyhow, these things we learn from how the direct disciples lived in monastery and functioned. Next I met one Swami named Swami Bhaswarananda, Buddha Maharaj. I first met him in 1961. He became one of the trustees of the Ramakrishna Order. Then I met him many other times. Always his face was beaming with joy all the time. His body complexion is fairer than all of your American people. Such fair complexion. And the teeth like sterling silver. I remember I took his picture in 1977 when first time I went to India. He was, when I interviewed him, I shall tell you my interview. I recorded on my tape, cassette tape. But one thing is about him, his outside is white, his inside also was white. He was so simple and guileless. He was the head of the center, but as you have complaints against the monk, then he will call this monk, hey, what is the matter? He has complained against you. And both will be embarrassed, you know. Since then, nobody will complain to him. So funny. If you complain against her, she will say, hey, He will call you, and your husband complains against you these things. So people knew that he was so simple, so guileless, nobody should complain. I found, before he came to India, he was the head of the Ramakrishna Mission Singapore from 1939 to 1945 during the Second World War. Singapore was under British. The Japanese people bombed and occupied Singapore. So, whole Southeast Asia was in turmoil during this, Europe also, during the Second World War. So the Swami was there. I read his article about how he was in Singapore and how Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose used to come to our monastery. I copied some of the things I shall tell you. Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, he was a freedom fighter. He ran away, he was under house arrest from Calcutta through Afghanistan. Then he went to Italy to Germany, met Hitler, asked his help so that he could fight against the British and make India free. Germany took him to a submarine, and that submarine came to the Mediterranean Sea. The Japanese people picked him up and took him to Tokyo, Southeast Asia. Then they brought him to Singapore. There, Japanese people occupied and captured the British army. Most of these armies are Indians, and trained them to fight against the British. That was the thing happened. So he was very, very powerful. So Rajbihari Bose introduced, "Here is your beloved leader Subhash Bose. I hand him over to you. From today onward, he will be the supreme commander. I am too old. Now let me retire. He will lead you on the path of freedom of India, our motherland. I hope you will follow him implicitly as your destined leader." So Subhash Chandra Bose, sometimes he used to come to our monastery for meditation. Long hours he used to meditate. You see, we have heard that he came to monastery, our Belur Math, to become a monk. Swami Brahmananda said, "This is not your path. Your path is different." So anyhow, I knew his bodyguard in Calcutta. And he told me, one day Netaji asked me that, "Could you bring a rosary for me?" So I went to the monastery and I got 54 beads rosary. Netaji asked, "I want 108. They do not have 108. If you repeat twice, it will be 108. What a wonderful. Shonan means the light of the South Sea. Then Rajbihari Bose says, "Swamiji, forget religion. Join the freedom movement." Then Swami said, "Well, that is not our path. But one thing we can assure you, we shall serve you. We shall not be in the battlefield, but in the background, in the back. We shall help you." Swami described how whenever he went to see Netaji, always bowed down to him, offered tea, gave him food, then asked, "What do you need?" "We need some money for the orphanage." So he gave a lot of money from the government or from their organization. He described that how Netaji worked for the freedom movement of India. In 1977, I think it was in October, I taped my interview, Ombika Dham, 3rd October 1977. He was telling her stories about the Jari disciples. Well, I was serving Swami Vivekananda. Vivekananda says, Swami Brahmananda sometimes makes some jokes and teases me, but I smile and I do not respond. Because if I respond, if Maharaj is hurt, he would do himself, that would be unbearable for me. He's the knowledge of Brahman. He's trying to make his mind down, lower plane, so that he can communicate. That is the reason he is making jokes and all these puns. Otherwise he will be in Samadhi. Then he told me that, build your monastic life, spiritual life. Do not follow some people, they have always flattered the rich people for money, buying these things or comfort. Don't do that. Don't sell your renunciation, purity. Always chasing the rich people. Don't do that. He told me many, many beautiful stories about monastic life. Some I cannot tell you anyhow. Very personal. When Swami Vivekananda, Swami Vivekananda in Belun Math, in our head monastery, there are 4 temples. The Ramakrishna temple was built in 1937. No, 39. Temple was dedicated, 38 or 39, anyhow. Then Holy Mother's temple was dedicated in 1921. And Swamiji's temple was dedicated in 1924. So we did not have money. So whenever little money was collected, Swami Vivekananda, he was disciple of Ramakrishna, he was an engineer, he used to come and supervise the temple construction. He used to ask the nations, remember, this is the temple of Lord Shiva, be careful. And he was a big, good eater. So one day I was serving breakfast, 2 pieces of toast, 1 cup of tea. So Swami Brahmananda was telling, what did you give to him? It is nothing. You go to my room, you will see some shandesh and some fruits, give to him. Sometimes you can feel that how the disciples of Ramakrishna have their love, feeling for each other. That is the way it should work. Mutual love, mutual respect. Both in family life, both in monastic life. I used to watch Swami Abhedanandaji. He lived in America 25 years, from 1896, 97 to 2000 to 1921. So this period, he was in America preaching. He was a very powerful Swami. When he returned to India, it was hard for him to adjust in India's life. Not sufficient food, not sufficient space for his work. He said that I was his attendant. Then he said, one day we are seated. Sometimes in Brahmananda used to ask the monks to sit, and he used to talk about his spiritual life. So the one secretary, Swami Shuddhananda, came and said, Swami Brahmananda Swami, 2 monks are supposed to go to Rangoon, Burma. We had 2 centers in Burma. We have the best hospitals in Rangoon and the library. Anyhow, but the monks do not want to go. Then Swami Brahmananda said, why do they not want to go? You must obey. master's work is very, very important. Wherever you are asked to go, you must go. Please remove your ego. Serve the master. If you 25% mind if you put in work and 75% mind to God, that will be enough. Swami gave a very, very inspiring talk. But we saw Swami Shivananda used to sit during Vesper time under the mango tree and watch whether monks go to the shrine or not in the evening. They are very, very particular about this morning and evening meditation. That will build your character in the spiritual life. Well, I asked initiation from Swami Brahmananda. He used to harass. Today my stomach is not good. Come some other time. Oh, I'll have to consult the almanac. Come some other time. Sometimes Maharaj used to tell, I harass too much. It doesn't look good. He was the president of the order, spiritual son of Sri Ramakrishna. Swami Shat Prakashananda, he also got initiation after many years. I got initiation. After initiation, Swami Brahmananda told me, don't practice too many spiritual disciplines. Practice two. That will be enough for you. Truthfulness and brahmacharya. Shotta, brahmacharya. Purity and truthfulness. That will be enough for you. Then he mentioned one of our friends, he was overdoing, practicing too much spiritual disciplines, became crazy, out of mind. He said, never overdo. Spiritual life, for that reason you need a guru. He will instruct you. Do not increase the time fast. Slowly increase. I sometimes give an illustration. You have seen that weightlifters, they sometimes lift 500 pounds. 500 pounds they did not start on the first day. 200, then 225, then 250. In this way, slowly they increase their weight, and one day they can lift 500-600 pounds. We have seen in Olympic how they lift, the weightlifters. Same thing in spiritual life. Your time practicing meditation, it must increase slowly, so that your system can absorb. Otherwise, system reacts. So this person was overdoing, reacted, became crazy. But he was telling that how Jari disciples are very particular about small things. One evening I forgot to light the lamp candle in Swami Vivekananda's room. That was my duty. I went to my friend's house and could not return before evening. Then Swami Shivananda went to Swamiji's room and saw the room was dark. We did not have electricity at that time, in the 1920s. So what to do? He said, he asked another monk, light the lamp candle right now. Then when he came and he heard from other friends that Swami Shivananda will be mad at you, so he went shivering and begged forgiveness. All right, this is the first time. You just joined the monastery. Swamiji's room is dark. You must light your lamp candle regularly. This is your duty. If you do not do it, I shall send you back home. I met Swami Turiyananda, Swami Sharadananda, and I used to watch Swami Sharadananda when he used to come to trustee meeting. For a long time they used to meditate. But there, everything is not in the book. But these people watching their lives, that how their minds are connected with Sri Ramakrishna. That was worth seeing. They are working in this world, but their minds are in God. How to do it? That we have noticed from the disciples' life. Next, Swami Apurvananda. In 1959, I was in Varanasi before Durga Puja. I was very much moved reading his two books, Shivananda Bani, in 2 volumes. In English, it is For Seekers of God. That book really inspired me. I felt that if I be a monk, I shall be able to see God in the morning and evening. I was in college, first year college. So I used to think that I will see God as soon as I join the monastery. He is the abbot of the monastery. He is cutting vegetables, helping the cook. He will lead the arati, Vespar song. He was a very good singer. He was a very good writer. And whenever I went to Varanasi, he always asked me to give a talk in the ashrama. 28th August 1982, Varanasi Advaita Ashrama. I asked him about initiation, because I started to give initiation at that time. Because he was an attendant of Swami Shivananda, and he was a disciple of Holy Mother. And he knew most of our traditions than any other monks. So he told me that Holy Mother gave 4 Siddha mantras. Siddha mantra means repeating that mantra, one has realized God. Ramakrishna gave to Holy Mother, and Holy Mother gave to other monks so that the tradition may continue. But as Holy Mother, sometimes during initiation we say, look your Ishto. He can give God realization sitting instantly. And you can see your chosen deity in front of you. But there is no formality in Holy Mother's initiation. Then he told me that he was from Bangladesh. I came to the monastery in my late teens. Then they sent me to the famine relief in Bankura. Then I came to Jairambati. It was in 1919. Mother initiated me. He wrote his reminiscences elaborately. Then in 1912, Mother came to Varanasi, and he wanted to see the hospital. But his leg was not very good. So they arranged a palanquin, and Swami Chetanananda was the guide and gave her a guided tour. After visiting the monastery, he said, I see Sri Ramakrishna is worshipped here, all living gods. And Mother Annapurna is here, the Divine Mother. And now aim believed that first God realization, then work. But disciples started work also. Swamiji said, Atmanomokshartam jagodhitayacha. You lead your life for your own liberation and for doing good to humanity. So when aim was told that Mother said this work is also Sri Ramakrishna's work, aim at last admitted. When Mother says, nobody can argue. That is a great. And when Mother saw it, you know what? She gave a 10 rupee note donation to the hospital. And they never spent that money. They preserved it in a box. So when I was working on Mother's book, I asked them to make a photograph of that 10 rupee note, which is government of India, British, George the Fifth or George the Sixth. That and the reproduction you will find in Mother's book, the 10 rupee note which Holy Mother gave to the hospital. He told me two incidents that I shall tell you. One incident, Holy Mother came to Varanasi in 1912. She entered the Ramakrishna's temple, closed the door, and then she put her picture in one of the right side niches inside the temple. This is Sri Ramakrishna marble statue. This side a picture of Vivekananda, and this side a picture of Holy Mother. Previously there was no such picture. So he put a couple of flowers there. Then he came out, he told me about Chandra, Swami Nirbharananda. You please put a couple of flowers every day to that picture. He was very much amazed that Mother worshipped her own picture and installed there. So Chandra Maharaj told Swami Shivananda. Shivananda saw it, went to the temple and saw, my goodness, Mother put her own picture. Then he rushed to Swami Brahmananda. Maharaj, Mother worshipped her own picture and installed there. Swami Brahmananda, very grave. He said, Tarugda, the sign is very bad. She is planning to depart from this world very soon. Then Swami Turiyananda heard about it. He said, it is all Mother's wish. We cannot have anything to say about against her will. Her will be done. That incident he told me. And another incident he told about Latu Maharaj. He came to see Holy Mother, crying and shivering. Mother, Latu Maharaj was an illiterate disciple of Sri Ramakrishna, servant boy, but a Nora Brahman, great saint. I wrote her book, How a Shepherd Boy Became a Saint. Fantastic life. So Maharaj, Holy Mother, caressed his head and blessed him. That incident also he told me. Next life, Swami Swaprakasananda, Taposi Shuren Maharaj. I met him in number 10, that ward, in 1977, 2nd October. He was a disciple of Swami Brahmananda. All through his life, practicing meditation and japam and austerity, and read the scriptures. But when I saw him, you can see the face. He must be in his late 80s or early 90s, beaming with joy. These are from my chief. Could you tell me that how Swami Brahmananda gave you spiritual instructions? But Maharaj told me, repeat mantra as much as you can. Through repeating mantra, you will attain God realization. Then he told me, mantra should be practiced mentally or through lips. Only your lips will move. That is called upamshu. Then I asked Maharaj, we are all repeat mantra, but we do not get the taste. Could you tell me how to get taste? We do it mechanically sometimes. Mind is roaming around, we are going to repeat mantra. He said, that taste comes from love, feelings. And I have constant recollectedness of the Jari disciples about spiritual matters. I have seen Swami Turiyananda, most of the time he was absorbed in God consciousness. If you do not practice spiritual disciplines in a young age, in old age it is very difficult. All aches and pains and various problems will come. Then he told me one story that really inspired me. Well, one day I was going for a walk with Swami Turiyananda in Hardwar. And in India, some of the side of the road, there are some confectionaries. They fry things and some sweet shops. So they are making jalebi. A big pan with clarified butter, ghee. And here is perhaps a market coconut shell. They put the batter there, and with the finger there is a hole. So they make in this way. Next thing you make donut like that. In this way they fry it and then soak into syrup. So seeing that jalebi making, Swami Turiyananda shouted, "Hey Shuren, that is our goal, jalebi is our goal." That means Gyanomishra Bhakti, devotion tempered with knowledge. First fry it with knowledge and then soak into syrup. Then your spiritual life will be very joyful, tasty. You will get taste in spiritual life. Knowledge and devotion, both combined. Only knowledge, if you get fried things, you will not get taste. Only soaked into syrup, that you will not get good taste. You will need both. But that I learned from Swami Turiyananda. Then he wrote a letter to Swami Pavitrananda. I have that Xerox copy of that letter. 6th May 1968, Kishanpur, Dehradun, Ramakrishna Ashram. Pavitrananda was the head of the Vedanta Society of New York. Both are disciples of Brahmananda. And he wrote how Brahmananda initiated him. You see, those things are very vital important to me. Do you know why? Then we can know the Ramakrishna's tradition, how Ramakrishna trained them. And that they train the next generation. Tradition is very, very important. So he wrote very vividly that you know how to repeat the mantra and how Swami Brahmananda initiated. And then he said, when you meditate, repeat mantra, you try to visualize the luminous form of your chosen deity. Then your japam will not be mechanical. Again from my tape, 2nd October 1977, 4:30 p.m. Swami said, Swami Brahmananda was very grave. Most of the time he was in Bhava Samadhi. But sometimes, like a boy, young boy, he used to laugh, make joke, sometimes play cards. I joined the monastery in Concord in 1913. I decided that I shall not take initiation from ordinary people. So I asked Swami Brahmananda to initiate me. He said, please wait. So I had to wait 5 years. Then I went to Madras as a worker. In 1921, Swami Brahmananda, Shivananda and Ramlal Dada, Ramakrishna's nephew, came to Madras. And there was Durga Puja. I was an attendant of Maharaj. But it was Swami Turiyananda who changed my life in Concord. he used to read the Bibi Ko Chudamani, Crest Jewel of Discrimination, one of the beautiful books on Vedanta by Shankara. That book will tell you how to practice Vedanta. But that he used to explain those verses to me. Then I asked, Maharaj, where are those, your diaries, this and that? You know, I wrote many things, but many are lost. I saw Udbodhan, I saw Holy Mother in Udbodhan. I met Swami Sharadananda also. He told us that don't see Holy Mother just like an ordinary woman under a veil. She is the Divine Mother herself. Then he said, I was present. Swami Shivananda was telling Brahmananda, Maharaj, I see Sri Ramakrishna every day. Ramakrishna died in 1886. And he is talking about perhaps 1913, 14, anyhow, that time. I see Sri Ramakrishna every day. If I would not see him, I would not live. It shows that how the Jari disciples had a direct communication with the Master. Devotees would bring various things to Swami Shivananda. He would say, before first offer to Sri Ramakrishna, then to me. The one day I went to bow down to Maharaj. Swami Shivananda said, you have come to bow down to me? Did you bow down to Swamiji? Well, no. First go there and then come to me. One day I went to take bath in the Brahmakunja in Hardwar. Iced when the Ganges flows from the mountain, from the Himalayas. That water is very, very cold. I still remember in 1959 I also took bath. You cannot take bath like the river, you'll have to hold the chain, otherwise you will be carried away. The current is very fast, very swift. So holding the chain, I took bath. I still remember, several months I had chest pain. I was thinking people come here for liberation, I got pneumonia. Then I had a fear. I thought that, they will send me home because I have, that you cannot be a monk here, you are sick. Luckily, I asked one doctor, he gave some belladonna plaster and gave some medicine, and just I cured myself. When you took bath, Swami Turiyananda asked, did you bow down to the Divine Mother? Did you pray to her? Every action has some connection. But when you see Ganges, pray, Mother, make me pure. Your every action, every movement, every behavior is channelized to spirituality, about you, toward God. But if you live with these people, those illumined souls, then you will know how to live in this world. In every breath, they feel God's presence. But that I saw in Turiyananda and Swami Brahmananda. He emphasized that you must practice japa and meditation at a regular time. You condition your stomach that 8 o'clock breakfast, 1 o'clock lunch, 9 o'clock dinner. If at that time your stomach will demand food, hey, give me food, I'm hungry. Same thing about spiritual life. Morning and evening, you must have a time. This time I must go and sit in the shrine and meditate. Your mind will ask food. I am hungry, feed me. That he was talking about. It's extremely important to maintain the time. Then he talked about dualism, non-dualism, how it works in spiritual life. Swami Brahmananda generally used to talk in the dualistic way because ordinary people cannot go to the higher plane, have devotion, have love, have passion for God, repeat mantra, meditate, serve the Lord. Then I asked Maharaj, how can I get the taste? That is the most important thing. But that comes from Bhakulata, longing, yearning and love. The person you love to present all of your best things to that person. The person you love, all the time you think about that person. You carry that person in your heart, the person you love. So if you really love God, you will carry Him all the time in your heart. That he was talking about. Whether your mind sits or not, you must sit every day and practice, and practice, and practice. Spiritual life means a struggle, practice, practice, practice. You know, these people got bliss in their lives. Real bliss. There is a mantra in Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. Ishaisya parama gatihi, Ishaisya parama lokaha, Ishaisya parama sampad, Isha parama ananda, Etasya anandasya, Annani bhutani matrani upajivanti. This is the goal. This is your real abode. This is your real wealth. This is your supreme bliss. Having this bliss, these people live in this world. Main thing in spiritual life is to get bliss, joy, happiness. Otherwise, what good is a spiritual life? Girish Ghosh used to say, if I would not get joy, I would not go to Ramakrishna second time. I get joy. If people come here, if you do not get joy, why would you come here? That first time, second time, third time, a few times, you will have to come. Then you will know that where you come and how to get joy. You will have to, the whole thing is inside. You have to go inside. That comes through spiritual life. Thank you. Atma me shuddhatam jyotiraham viraja vipapma bhuyasam. Antaratma me shuddhantam jyotiraham viraja vipapma bhuyasam. Paramatma me shuddhantam jyotiraham viraja vipapma bhuyasam. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. May my body become pure. May I be free from impurities and ignorance. May I realize myself as the light divine. May my mind become pure. May I be free from impurities and ignorance. May I realize myself as the light divine. May my soul become pure. May I be free from impurities and ignorance. May I realize myself as the light divine. Om, peace, peace, peace be unfold.